What if I told you I found a hidden secret? A secret that helped me speak English without fear. Yes, it was my special way, and it wasn't easy. But this little secret, it changed everything. I want to share it with you. But first, let me ask, have you ever dreamed of speaking English fluently without thinking twice? Imagine the confidence, the power to speak, and people listening. I was once like you, wishing, trying, and struggling. Then, one day I found something that no book or class had taught me. Stay with me, because this secret might just change everything for you too. Are you ready? My name is Alex. For a long time, I dreamed of speaking English fluently. I wanted to talk to people, make friends, and feel confident. But every time I tried, the words got stuck. I felt nervous, and sometimes people didn't understand me. I remember feeling small when others spoke so easily. I wanted to be like them, to say what I felt without fear. I tried so many times, but each time I would get embarrassed or make mistakes. Speaking English felt like a mountain I couldn't climb. Then, one day, I found my secret, the one that changed everything. Let's explore why being fluent in English is so important in real life. When we speak fluent English, we can talk to more people, make friends, and feel understood. Imagine meeting someone new, maybe at a coffee shop or on a bus. They smile, and you want to say, "Hi, how are you?" When you're fluent, these small conversations are easy and don't feel scary. Without fluency, though, it's harder to connect. You might stay quiet, even if you want to speak. You may feel nervous, unsure about which words to say or how to say them. Fluency gives us the ability to connect with anyone, even strangers, with confidence and ease. English is a common language around the world, and it's useful in so many situations. Let's say you're traveling. Imagine visiting a new country, maybe the United States or England. When you know English, you can ask for directions, order food, and talk to locals. You don't feel lost or stuck. You can explore, meet new people, and feel like you belong. If you don't know the language, even simple tasks become difficult. You might feel alone, like you're missing out on so many experiences. Fluency in English allows us to connect to the world and not feel isolated. It makes traveling, learning, and exploring much easier. In work or school, fluency in English can also be very helpful. Many jobs today require English skills. Even if your job doesn't directly involve English, knowing the language can make a big difference. For example, if you're at a job interview and they ask a question in English, you don't want to feel nervous or unsure. You want to answer confidently, showing them who you are. Fluent English lets you express yourself fully, without fear or hesitation. When you can communicate well, you're more likely to get that job or promotion. It can open doors to better opportunities where you can grow, earn more, and feel respected. Being fluent in English also makes studying easier, especially when learning new skills or topics. Many educational materials, like books, articles, and videos, are available in English. If you're fluent, you can read these resources easily, learn new things, and improve yourself. Imagine studying a new subject or skill. If the material is in English and you're not fluent, learning becomes harder. You may spend extra time trying to understand each word, missing out on the main ideas. But when you're fluent, you understand quickly and can focus on learning, not just translating. This opens a world of knowledge, making it easier to learn about science, history, technology, and much more. Confidence is another huge benefit of fluency. Think about how you feel when you speak your native language. You feel relaxed, natural, and free to express yourself. Now imagine feeling that way in English too. When you're fluent, you don't worry about making mistakes or getting stuck. You can share your thoughts and ideas easily. People listen, understand, and respect you. This confidence can change your life. You feel proud, strong, and ready to face challenges. You can join conversations, speak up in meetings, and make new friends without fear. This confidence makes you feel good about yourself and your abilities. Fluency in English can also help us share our stories, ideas, and dreams. Sometimes, we have important thoughts to share with the world. Maybe you have an idea for a project or a dream of starting a business. When you can explain your ideas in English, more people can understand you. You can find partners, investors, or friends who support you. If you're not fluent, sharing these dreams becomes harder. You may feel limited, like your thoughts are trapped inside you. But with fluency, you can share openly, reaching people everywhere. This can bring amazing opportunities, from friendships to business ideas and projects. Knowing English also makes life more interesting. When we're fluent, we can watch movies, read books, and listen to music in English. Imagine watching a movie in its original language or reading a famous book without needing a translation. You understand the jokes, the emotions, and the beauty of the language. It feels real and authentic. You connect with the characters and stories in a deeper way. Without fluency, you might miss these details or rely on subtitles and translations. But when you're fluent, you enjoy the experience fully, feeling part of the story or song. Fluent English can also help us make friends from different cultures. Imagine meeting someone from another country. If you both speak English, you can share stories, talk about your lives, and learn from each other. These friendships teach us about the world, showing us new perspectives and ideas. If we're not fluent, connecting with people from other countries becomes harder. We might stick to people who speak our language, missing the chance to meet new friends. Fluency in English breaks down these barriers, making it easy to connect with people everywhere. Fluency in English also makes us feel proud. Learning a new language takes time, effort, and patience. When you finally become fluent, it feels like an achievement, something you worked hard to earn. This feeling of success can motivate you in other areas of life too. You feel like, if I can learn English, I can do anything. This pride gives you strength, showing you that with hard work, you can reach your goals. It's a reminder of your strength and dedication, something that stays with you. In simple, everyday life, fluency can make a big difference. Imagine going to a store or talking to a new neighbor. When you're fluent in English, these interactions feel easy and natural. You can ask questions, share stories, and understand people better. Without fluency, simple moments like these can feel challenging. You may avoid talking, staying silent even when you have something to say. Fluency lets us participate in life fully without fear or hesitation. It allows us to enjoy life more, to feel included and connected. When we're fluent in English, we also feel part of something bigger. English is a global language, spoken by millions of people around the world. When we can speak it well, we feel connected to a larger community. We feel like we belong. No matter where we are, we can travel, explore, and talk to people from different countries with ease. This sense of belonging gives us comfort and confidence. It makes the world feel like a friendlier, more welcoming place. In short, being fluent in English opens many doors. It helps us make friends, succeed in work, and feel confident in any situation. We can travel, learn, and connect with people from different places. We can share our ideas, tell our stories, and reach our dreams. Each conversation, each moment of connection becomes easier and more meaningful. Fluency in English isn't just about speaking, it's about feeling free, included, and strong. It's a skill that can truly change our lives. I still remember one moment very clearly. It was a day I will never forget. I was at a party with friends. Everyone was talking and laughing. The music was playing, and people were sharing stories. I wanted to join in. I wanted to be part of the fun. But every time I tried to say something, the words didn't come out right. I felt lost, like my thoughts were trapped, hidden behind a wall I couldn't break through. I could understand what they were saying, but when it was my turn, I froze. I felt small, like my voice didn't matter. There was a girl there named Emma. She was kind and friendly. She looked at me and asked me a simple question in English. "Alex, what do you think about this song?" It was such a simple question. I wanted to tell her I loved it, that it reminded me of a happy time in my life. But instead, I just nodded and said, "Yes, Good Emma smiled, but I could see she was a little confused. I could feel my face turning red. I was embarrassed. I wanted to run away, to hide. It was one of those moments that makes you feel alone, even in a room full of people. After that night, I went home feeling so low. I sat on my bed, thinking about everything. Why was it so hard for me to speak? Why did the words feel so heavy, like I had to push them out one by one? I wanted to talk like everyone else. I wanted to share my thoughts, my feelings, my dreams. But each time I tried, I felt like I was failing. That night, I felt a sadness deep inside. I thought, maybe I will never be able to speak English well. Maybe this is just who I am. But as I sat there, a small voice inside me whispered, "Don't give up." It was quiet, but it was there. This voice reminded me of all the things I wanted to do, the people I wanted to meet, and the dreams I had. I realized that if I wanted my life to change, I had to find a new way. I couldn't let fear control me anymore. I decided I would find a secret, my own way to become fluent in English. That night, I made a promise to myself. No matter how hard it got, no matter how many times I felt like quitting, I would keep going. I would try new things, learn in new ways, and never give up on myself. That low moment, that feeling of being left out and alone, became the push I needed to start my journey. It wasn't easy, but I was ready. I was ready to find my secret to fluency. My secret to fluency came from small steps, things anyone can do. It wasn't one big trick or magic solution. It was simple actions every day, little habits that slowly changed everything. I realized that fluency doesn't come from studying, only it comes from living with the language. First, I started listening to English daily. I listened to simple things like songs, short stories, and easy conversations. Even when I was cooking or walking, I kept the sounds of English around me. At first, I didn't understand everything, but I began to notice words and phrases. The sounds started to feel familiar, like they were becoming a part of me. Listening daily made English feel less like a stranger and more like a friend. Next, I practiced speaking out loud, even if it was just a few sentences each day. I would stand in front of the mirror and say, "Hello, my name is Alex," or "How are you today?" These were small sentences, but they were important. I spoke slowly at first, but soon I felt braver. I didn't care if it sounded silly or if I made mistakes. Each day, I tried a little more. I started to enjoy hearing my own voice in English. Slowly, speaking became less scary, and I felt my confidence grow. I also learned to use simple words. I didn't try to speak like a native speaker right away. I focused on simple words and short sentences. Instead of saying, "I'm feeling ecstatic," I would say, "I'm very happy." Using simple words helped me express myself without fear. Over time, I added more words, learning one or two new ones every day. Little by little, my vocabulary grew, but I still focused on speaking in a way I felt comfortable with. I learned that fluency is about expressing yourself, not about using big words. The biggest lesson I learned was to move forward without fear. Mistakes are part of the process. Each time I made a mistake, I told myself, "It's okay, Alex. You're learning," instead of feeling embarrassed. I laughed at my mistakes. If I said something wrong, I tried again. Slowly, the fear faded and learning became fun. I realized that mistakes are not failures, they are steps toward success. This new attitude freed me. I wasn't afraid to try, and with each try, I felt more fluent. Following these steps changed my life in so many ways. I began to feel proud, not just of my progress, but of myself. I could join conversations, make new friends, and share my thoughts. I didn't have to hide or stay silent. I could express who I was. I felt brave and strong, like I could take on any challenge. English became my tool, not my fear. These small steps gave me freedom, confidence, and joy. And most importantly, they showed me that with patience and effort, anything is possible. One day, something special happened. I was at a small cafe, sitting with my friend Mia. We were having coffee, and she started talking about her family and her dreams. I listened closely, and this time, I felt brave. I decided to share my story with her, to tell her about my own dreams. I spoke slowly, choosing simple words, but I didn't hold back. I told her about my family, my love for music, and my hopes for the future. When I finished, Mia looked at me with a big smile and said, "Alex, your English is getting so good." I can see how hard you've worked. Hearing her say that made my heart feel so full. I felt proud, like all those small steps were worth it. Another time, I was talking to a new friend at work. His name was John. We didn't know each other well, but we shared stories about our lives. I told him about my journey with English, and he listened patiently. When I finished, he put a hand on my shoulder and said, "Alex, I admire your dedication. It's not easy to learn a new language, but you did it. You're inspiring." In that moment, I felt a deep connection. I realized that English had opened a door to friendships and understanding that I had never known before. There were also times when I felt a simple joy from small improvements. One day, I was ordering food at a restaurant. I asked for what I wanted, using the right words, and the server understood me perfectly. He even smiled and complimented my English. It was a small thing, but it made me feel like I belonged. These little moments, a kind word, a smile, a compliment kept me going. Even when it was hard, they were reminders that I was on the right path. To anyone who feels like fluency is too far away, I want to say this: believe in the small steps. Every time you practice, every word you learn, every sentence you say out loud, it all matters. Each tiny step adds up. It's like building a staircase. With every small step, you climb higher, and soon you can see the view from the top. Don't rush, and don't be too hard on yourself. Progress may seem slow, but it is real, and it is worth it. I hope these moments inspire you to keep going. Even on the days when it feels tough, remember that each step is taking you closer to fluency, to confidence, and to a new world of possibilities. Speaking English is not just about words, it's about connecting, expressing, and finding joy in every small victory. Believe in yourself. You can do this. As I reflect on my journey, I want to leave you with this thought: every word you say is a step toward your dreams. Remember, each small word you speak, every time you try, you are growing stronger and more fluent. Learning a language is like climbing a mountain. Sometimes it feels steep, and the path can be challenging, but with each step, you are reaching new heights. My journey isn't over, and yours doesn't have to be either. We all have our struggles and our stories, and every effort you make is a testament to your courage. So, let's keep going together. Don't shy away from speaking, even if it feels hard. Embrace the small moments, celebrate your progress, and keep practicing. Ask yourself, what can you do today to improve? Maybe it's listening to a song, reading a short story, or speaking a few sentences to a friend. Each action is a building block in your journey to fluency. So, I encourage you to step forward with confidence and curiosity. Keep learning, keep sharing, and keep dreaming. What new word or phrase will you practice today? Your journey is waiting, and the world is ready to hear your voice. Let's continue this adventure together.